Hello and welcome to The Resource, the podcast propelling employer brands to recruit smarter and retain better. I'm your host, Priscilla Peters.
And I'm your other host, Scott Dismuke. And here we are.
Here we are together. Live.
Like the second time this year, I think. I think we did back in the late spring, early summer. But this is a special episode. We have a lot to chat about today, but we are doing our 2026 predictions. And Priscilla and I are going to share some of our own predictions for the year ahead that will include both industry predictions with the trucking industry and also a few kind of fun, maybe a little more lighthearted. Yeah.
We're actually a pop culture podcast.
Really?
No, we are not. We are clearly not. Okay. But before we go to 2026, how do you feel wrapping up 2025? Y'all got big New Year's Eve plans?
We usually get together with friends that come over.
Yeah. Game night.
Game night.
You're serious. You're very serious about game night. I have no doubt. Look, I can tell even by your face.
Normally, so I'm not a big game person, but there are some games that I do love to play.
Which, for example,
we've talked about. I think we talked about it maybe last year.
Oh, did we?
I'm a Cards Against Humanity guy.
Oh, that's right. Very inappropriate.
Very, very.
I did not call that out. But,
very inappropriate. Not suitable.
We did talk about that.
Yeah.
Right.
So we usually do that, and I can't remember if we talked. We also do Mad Libs.
I love Mad Libs. When I was a kid, Mad Libs were my jam.
Yeah, Mad Libs.
Like, somebody needs to bring Mad Libs back.
Oh, you can still. I mean, you go on Amazon.
I love Mad Libs.
And I'm not saying this is 100% true, but when we play with our friends, they might get a tad inappropriate.
Oh, God, Scott.
That can, you know.
I did not know you. I didn't know you had it in you.
Listen, it can be. Well, let's just say it's good to play it on a Saturday night so you can go to church on Sunday.
Okay.
Just leave it at that.
Okay. Well, sounds like you need to.
Yeah.
All right. So before we dive into our 2026 predictions, we have a little business to take care of. And also we have one. We normally do the first 5.
Mm-hmm.
We just have one today since we're doing a lot of chatter about all things. We're also doing some fun stuff with pop culture predictions. So, but first, let's hit our final mile first 5, sponsored by Driver.jobs, your destination for hiring the drivers you need for your final mile operations. Driver.jobs, matching the right drivers with the right opportunity for every last mile. Okay, we have one question.
Well, we did have 2.
And
Sydney, our producer, gave us 2.
Yes.
And you accused me of being a Scrooge.
Well, you chose one.
I did. I absolutely
because you apparently have very strong feelings about this question. So let me ask it.
Okay.
We would love to hear what our listeners think and viewers, what y'all think about this as well. Which Christmas song would you ban from the radio forever? That seems violent almost. Ban forever.
Violent may be a tad stretch.
What? It's savage.
So
which one?
Hey Santa by Wilson Phillips.
I don't first of all, the fact that you know that, I don't even know what you're talking about. Can you sing it for us? Because I have no idea.
It's too early in the morning.
Hey Santa.
Hey Santa.
Sydney, I know you're not.
You heard Hey Santa?
No. Okay, we're putting it in the show notes,
okay,
Sydney said.
Thanks. So I'm wanting to ban it, and now we're putting it in the show notes.
You're going to come with a classic?
No. Oh, the classics are what belong.
Who and where are you hearing Santa?
There's a local radio station that plays, like, literally beginning at Thanksgiving. They play
I feel like you need to send in a listener request to them to ban it.
So listen, I've heard it. I mean, how have you not heard it? Like, what Christmas?
Love Wilson Phillips.
Do you listen to it on the radio? Like
turn
Christmas
around
music?
and say goodbye. Isn't that Wilson Phillips?
Yeah, that's it.
I mean, I've missed my calling, but
yeah, absolutely.
No, I can't.
It's the worst. And there's the other one. Is it Last Christmas by Wham? George Michael. I hate that song.
Where are we going with this?
How have you not heard these songs?
I know the Wham song, but these are so rando.
They're not.
I thought you were going to say Grandma got run over by a reindeer or something like that.
That seems to be more random than the ones that I chose.
Wilson Phillips and Wham?
Yes. They're Christmas. The question is Christmas songs that they should ban. Those are 2
y'all
should
let us know what you think. We'll see. We'll just see.
Well, I mean, if my answers are so bad, what's the one that yours?
You know what?
Let's
I
take
love
yours.
Christmas.
Well, I love Christmas
and I'm
too.
not sure I'll have a song that I would ban.
I love Christmas too. That's why those two songs need to be out.
You know what? It does drive me a little bit crazy. It used to drive me crazy, and then Justin Bieber came out with a version. Ba-rum-pa-pum-pum. What is it? The Drummer Boy. I don't like the original. I like Justin Bieber's version. Just so y'all know, Sydney's nodding her head yes. So, okay. All right. So let us know Christmas songs that you would.
I guess I'm a Scrooge and
you are
everything
you're
Christmas.
Scrooge,
Well,
Grinch,
once you hear those two, once you hear the Wilson Phillips song, you'll agree with me.
Okay. So we've talked to New Year's, we've talked to Christmas. Let's talk. We're just days away from 2026.
Yeah.
So
thank God, by the way.
I know. I feel
so done with this year.
I feel like 2026 is going to be a better year all around. I just have a feeling. So let's talk. We're going to talk predictions. First, we're going to talk just some pop culture fun predictions, and then we're going to do some predictions for the trucking industry and recruiting and retention specifically, what we think. So let's go. Here's one of my pop culture. And also, we had listeners send in their predictions for pop culture and for the industry as well. So we'll kind of let you guys know what you guys had to say as well. So my first one related to pop culture is I think reunions, and you had one similar to this, but I think reunions are going to be really big, like reboots and reunions. So here's some reboots I would love to see. Will and Grace. Did you watch that show?
I did not.
What? Listen, between Wilson Phillips and you not watching Will and Grace, we need an intervention. Are you serious? You have to go watch it. It is funny.
Well, if your prediction's right, I'll watch it.
Okay. Well, that's true. I hope we have a reboot of Will and Grace. I hope we have a reboot of The Office. Please tell me you watched The Office.
They're doing one now called The Paper. Like that's out.
Yeah.
I haven't watched it.
I haven't watched it either, but I don't think and then what about a Seinfeld reboot?
I would be all about that, but Jerry Seinfeld's not. I've seen too many interviews. I would be all for that. I think Seinfeld is brilliant. The writing of it.
Yes.
But yeah, I would love it.
Never say never. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they could all run out of money.
Everybody's got a price.
Yes.
But Jerry's not going to run out of money just given the fact that the reruns are constantly on.
He's not. You're exactly right. So you had the similar.
I did, and it's funny that we didn't really discuss this. So, and I literally heard this yesterday. They are putting Top Gun, the original Top Gun, back in the theater. And
nothing makes my 80s heart happier.
Absolutely. So I think there's going to be a kind of a retro film kind of revival in this same thing. And I think that because, I mean, we're just not putting out good movies anymore. And they keep, they put some Star Wars back in during the anniversary of that being released. So I think that's what you're going to see. I think you're going to see some of these retro films are going to put them back in theaters.
I think so too. Okay, so here's another one I have for 2026 prediction. I think this is going to be the year for streaming platforms. I think we're going to do big bundles. So, in other words, like you can get, which they kind of do this a little bit already with who they own, but like you could get Hulu and Paramount Plus and Disney Plus, and I know Hulu and Disney Plus and ESPN, those are already a bundle.
Yep.
But I think they're going to go bigger on the bundles, and I think they're going to take the no ads to like luxury level. I'm just saying, because even the no ads that I have on streaming, I still get ads sometimes. I'm like, wait, do I not pay for no ads?
So I guess I don't stream a lot. I mean, I do like the YouTube TV, Hulu Live. I stream that. So, I mean, you're going to get your advertisements there just because it's TV, but but I guess for the most part, I don't stream a ton of, like I'll get on Netflix and watch things, but I don't stream a lot where they're going to be showing commercials.
Like you don't have Peacock or Paramount Plus.
We do.
Like I'm watching a show on Peacock right now and it has ads in it and it's annoying. Like ads are now annoying. Says the advertising.
Yeah, it's the advertising. Yes, exactly. Where have we gone? I mean, remember the day where you just sat and watched, you didn't even have a remote that you could put there and now it's
get up and run back in the room before the ad. Yeah, that's true. So I think that's going to be one.
All right. So here's mine.
I did see this one pre-show. I read through our outline and I was cracking up that you even knew this existed.
So, and the reason I know it existed is because our Arkansas connection and with Hunter Yurichek, the athletic director, if you saw a couple weeks ago, it's a couple weeks ago when we were filming this, he did an interview and he did the whole 6-7 thing. And I don't even know what it means. And I don't really care to know what it means, but I think because this is such a kind of online sensation now.
Yeah.
I think what we're going to see is mile marker 67s all over the country are going to become like this unexpected tourist
stop.
Yes, that people are going to stop and they're going to take selfies next to highway marker 67. And my hope is, if I'm right about this, that all of these people are arrested and thrown in jail for doing it.
What? You are savage today. Okay.
But that whole 6-7 thing, I don't even know what it means. Sydney said, our producer Sydney said it means so.
It's from a rap song. That's all I know. Is it Drake? Yeah. No, not Drake. We don't know. What? Who are we? We have no idea.
Listen, I'm more pop culture than I've ever been just because I know what 6-7 is.
I think you're probably right about that, to be honest.
I will tell you this, just because we've filmed this, the next road trip that I'm on, and I'm going to do it. I'm going to pull over. I'm going to selfie it, and we can post it.
100% sure you will. There's no doubt in my mind.
I'm going to send it to you guys, and then we'll post it.
Okay. I did have one last one. My daughter actually told me this one because I have a teenage daughter, so I thought I would ask her, like, what do you think's going to happen in 2026 that you're excited about? And she thinks that Chick-fil-A is going to serve breakfast all day. So,
except on Sundays,
of course, because they're not open. Yes. But she loves chicken minis.
So here's a funny thing. I love McDonald's breakfast.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not opposed to it.
And I would have so many conversations with people saying, if they just would serve breakfast all 24, that'd be awesome.
Now they do.
And I've not done it. That was something I've always wanted.
It's not the whole breakfast menu though. Like, I don't think you can get a breakfast burrito, which is what I prefer.
I just get a sausage biscuit. I just love me a good old sausage biscuit.
Oh, I think it's just the sausage biscuit and the egg McMuffin. I don't know. Y'all tell us. But
I can't do the egg McMuffin.
So those are some things that Scott and I think. Now, here are some from listeners. Let's go through a couple of these. These were good that some of our listeners sent in. One of you said that you thought Ariana Grande would win the Oscar for Wicked for Good. Have you seen For Good? Did you see the first one?
No.
I saw the first one. It was unbelievable. I have not seen the second one, but I'm planning.
Listen,
on it. You have no dog in the fight.
I have no dog in this fight. Good for her if she wins that.
But
awesome.
I don't know if she'll win the Oscar for it. I'm not saying that it was necessarily that good, but
going back to our earlier point about the movies, like what movies are even really coming out? Like, how can we even nominate? I mean, so prime example, on the day after Thanksgiving, the wife and I spent the day together, went and had breakfast. We were going to do a few things together. And we were trying to decide what to do. I'm like, hey, let's see what's playing. Let's see what's playing at the theater, right? So I get on Fandango. You can sponsor us, by the way. Fandango. And I'm looking. There's nothing. There is absolutely nothing. I think there's even stuff I've never even heard of.
Yeah. There's a movie coming out with Paul Rudd, I think. And I like him that I might see.
I want to see the one with Hugh Jackman and Kate Hudson about the Neil Diamond impersonator. Have you seen?
No.
I forget what it's called.
Are we movie critics now? We might be.
Sure.
Okay. Tell us another one. Listen.
You would give me this one. Taylor Swift is going to release her first country album in over a decade.
Hey, we have a listener that thinks that. I'm not going to argue with it. I think it could very well happen. We'll see. If any of these come true, we will mention it on the podcast.
I'll make here's an unscheduled prediction. This isn't going to happen. You know why?
Because it's the year of her wedding instead.
She's going to get pregnant. She's going to be pregnant before the end of the year.
Well, I wouldn't doubt that either.
She's going to be pregnant.
What would be better than her getting pregnant and releasing a country album all at the same time? Doesn't that?
She's not going to release a country album until her and Travis break up because she's got to have a sad.
You think they're going to break up? I kind of feel like it's real now.
They ain't even married yet.
I know, but I feel like they will be.
Well,
we'll see. The last one from a listener said that they thought Disney Plus would announce a live action remake of Frozen.
Listen, I appreciate all the feedback from the folks.
I do too.
I have no dog in any of these.
I do. I used to love Frozen when when my kids were little, we loved Frozen. I know every word to every song, just so you know. We sang it in the car.
Well, you've already sang Hold On,
no.
so let's...
Hold On. By Wilson Phillips. I sure did. Okay. All right, let's get down to the serious business.
Okay.
Our industry, what are you predicting for 2026?
So I think, and this probably wouldn't be a surprise to people that are listening, because I've said this before, I think we are in for some big time driver churn and some market stabilization. And let me explain that. So obviously, if you've listened to any of our podcasts previously, and particularly when we talk about the surveys, we know that drivers are actively looking. But I think as drivers start exiting the market due to the ELP, we've got the FMCSA crackdown on the ELD abuse, which has become a really big deal of late. They're also cracking down on some of the CDL schools. And I use CDL schools in quotations because there's a lot of them that are just kind of churning out drivers. I think that what's going to happen is we're going to have a lot of folks leaving the market from a lot of those things. And I think it's going to actually kind of stabilize the supply and demand side of things. I don't necessarily think, at least initially, we're going to see a big uptick in freight. I hope we do. I hope I'm super wrong on that. But I think what's going to happen is with a lot of this stuff that's going on, particularly if the government is enforcing it, which it appears that they are.
Yeah.
I think we're going to see that come back where we have maybe more freight than drivers, not because freight has gone up, but because so many drivers have exited. So I just think all of that is going to lead to some of the market stabilization, but I think we're going to have some big time driver churn and all of that as that stabilization happens. And if we do see an uptick in freight in 2026,
then it's going to be a real mess.
It's a perfect storm. It's a perfect storm. And I think we are going to have a massive turnover retention challenge on our hands, more so than normal.
Yeah, and we're already starting to hear a little bit of that churn. I mean, not a little bit, to be honest. Like
it's already happening.
Yeah, the client calls I'm on, they're saying turnover is definitely going up for us.
Yeah, I think somewhat the saving grace for folks is that the freight demand is still not what we need it to be.
Right.
So I think if that happens on top of this, and you have companies that are potentially going to start raising pay, it's coming.
Yeah.
And I think it could be really, really bad. But I do think you're going to maybe finally see some stabilization in the freight market. But I'm not sure it's going to be because freight goes up as much as it is as drivers exit.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. I agree with that prediction. I'm not going to say that's a good one, but I think it's one that we're going to be facing. I mean, good news. That's the good news you're delivering. Okay, so my first prediction for the industry is that I really do believe that AI is going to begin to completely transform the way we recruit. We're already starting to see it. So, and I brought some things. So just literally last week, I had 2 conversations with 2 carriers, and one of them said, so we have a product called Lead Assist Agentic, and it's Lead Assist, and they have AI agents that we use to really help pre-qualify, nurture the lead to help get them to the full app. So the recruiter can just talk specifically and have a conversation with the drivers who have real intent, right? And so, but these are 2 things that I had 2 different customers say. One said, Lead Assist AI agents are saving 20 hours a week per recruiter.
Wow.
That's half their week. And then another one said, now my recruiters my human recruiters, I should say, are only having meaningful conversations with drivers, not conversations with low intent or unqualified drivers. So that to me is just a little glimpse into what we're seeing. We're also seeing these AI agents are connecting 70% of qualified drivers with recruiters, just meaning, like, I think that the quote from the carrier that said, now my recruiters are having meaningful conversations is the key, because it's not that that I think AI is going to replace your recruiters. That's not it. I think it's going to support them, though, so that what ends up happening is they're recruiting smarter, really, is what ends up happening. And the technology is able to do the lead up to get to deliver, hey, Scott, here is a pre-qualified high intent lead that has, by the way, the AI agent can schedule a call with you. The driver can schedule a call with you. So that's just a little glimpse into what I think we're going to be seeing. So I think that it's going to be really interesting. It's moving very fast.
Yep.
And it's exciting. And I know people think, oh, this is a little scary. But I think the best way to look at it is the technology is making us better, allowing us to recruit smarter. And we'll just kind of see how it goes. But I think it's going to be interesting.
Yeah, we've. I will say, from our standpoint, when it comes to AI and retention, I think that it's going to be interesting. I know we're doing some things that hopefully we'll be announcing next year. But I think what we're going to see is you still can't lose from a retention standpoint the importance of that personal contact when it comes to retention. You still have to have real people on the phone talking to drivers. With retention, It's going to be how are you using that technology to, I think, predict.
Yeah, the data. Data to.
I think AI is going to be most useful with retention in the predictive analytics of everything.
Absolutely.
And just as a tease, that's what we're in the process of doing.
Yeah. So no, that's cool stuff.
Sure.
Okay. What else do you think?
Okay. So this is one I've actually thought about for a while. And I think that, and we see this now in a lot of the things that we do from a survey standpoint in the data, is the importance of home time. I think we are going to start seeing a kind of a home weekly standard across the industry that potentially may spread, even with OTR fleets potentially offering more creative relays or shared fleet partnerships or guaranteed more consistent home time. I just think as the industry evolves, particularly as you want to try to get a newer, younger driver in, that home time is so important. And we've talked about that on previous episodes. I think that companies that figure out how to operate and get those drivers through the home, through their house, either multiple times a week or for 34-hour resets, but at least every week, they're going to have a leg up, not just on the retention side of things, but potentially on the recruiting side of things if they're able to offer that up. So I do think that at some point in the next year or so, you're going to see carriers have to evolve to that home weekly standard for drivers if they want to recruit better, but also recruit younger and get more of a younger generation into the industry.
Yeah. And I remember it was probably 2 years ago, one of the main industry economists for trucking said that, I remember he said from a stage in a very large group, he said that the OTR driver is a dying breed.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that what you're saying is that coming to fruition, because it's going to be harder and harder to recruit a guy who you want to be out 2 to 3 weeks at a time. It's just,
well, you're going to have to find.
They're demanding you to change, basically.
Right. I mean, I think the people that are going to do that are still more of your old school drivers, but it's also going to be people that don't necessarily have families.
Yeah.
That they're single and that's just what they love to do, and they love to be out on the road and they love to drive. But that's going to be fewer and further between than what we're seeing. So I don't know. I just think that's, if it's not a prediction that it will spread, I think it's something that we have to, as an industry, start thinking about to attract a newer generation of drivers.
Yeah, for sure. Okay. My last prediction for 2026 is, so this is not a prediction. This is a fact today. How drivers are searching online is changing. It just is. Honestly, how we all search. A lot of times we try to put drivers in a bucket. It's like, oh, well, driver search this way. Listen, we all search this way. But
I know where you're going, but we don't know.
Right. Yes. So you're right. They're not necessarily, they might still be going to Google. The way search results are being delivered is different. Mm-hmm. They're being delivered in AI summaries. Maybe drivers going to ChatGPT. Maybe they're going to Perplexity or Claude or any of these AI platforms. And what I predict is going to happen is that GPTO is going to become a critical component of, if you're a carrier, of your employer brand and your whole employer brand strategy. Because I think AI is going to end up scoring the driver experience. And what's interesting is one of our listeners sent in something similar, which I'll get to that here in a second. But I think AI is going to be scoring the driver experience, and fleets are going to have to pay more and more attention to online reviews, which we've talked about online reviews a lot, because drivers tell us in the driver survey that that's one of the very first places they go when they're looking for a job. They want to hear what other drivers have to say about your fleet. So when a driver asks Google or asks an AI platform, the results it's giving them back, whether you like it or not, frankly, is going to include driver reviews. Mm-hmm. And so just like for businesses is the same way. It's going to include, what people think about your business. And so it's going to beg fleets to really take a closer look at, how am I managing my online driver reviews? Am I responding to those? Am I, what am I actually doing? It's not something where you can just remove them and forget it, and not, because the internet doesn't forget.
Right. Well, and I think one of the things we talked about is we did a survey question one time where we asked drivers if they were using AI. And I think the earlier point, or the ChatGPT model, whatever, is I think a lot of us are using it. We don't know we're using it. And the Google search is a prime example now, because if you go in and you Google search something and you hit enter and that it pops up, that whole top thing, which used to be the Google ads that people were paying for to show up at the top. Right now, is it what, Gemini? It's like called Gemini. Mm-hmm. And that's at the top. You have to scroll down before you see the stuff that a lot of people are paying. So the AI, you're already using it. You may not even know it.
And it's causing a lot of searches to end in what they call a no-click search.
Yeah.
Because you're finding your information and you don't have to click.
Or the only click is your read more. Yeah. It's the read more in Gemini at this point. And I've done it.
Oh, I do it every day, probably. Yeah. So I think that's going to, and I'm going to go ahead and jump to our first listener prediction. One of you guys sent in and said, fleets will compete with driver experience scores like Yelp ratings, they said, that AI algorithms will surface to driver candidates. I agree.
Yeah.
That's happening. It's going to happen. So that's going to be interesting. Another listener sent in kind of an interesting one, I thought.
Yeah. So this is kind of fun, actually, but carriers will start offering kind of wild perks to drivers, like free Netflix in the sleeper, free Wi-Fi, and a home time lottery.
Listen.
Listen. Here's what I take away from this. And obviously, somebody may have been having a little fun with this, and I'm not opposed to that. But I think fleets that are creative with certain things, it's going to be super helpful from a recruiting and retention standpoint. So while some of these may kind of seem off the wall, I see home time lottery. Somebody, I don't know, maybe when we were having discussions about this, was talking about the kind of the gamification of retention.
Oh, yeah.
And that really caught my eye. Like, what can we do to kind of gamify retention? And I think home time lotteries and things like that are all kind of part of that. So I think it's a great idea. I mean, Netflix and the sleeper, I'm sure.
Yeah.
We're throwing out a lot of brands today that all need to come and sponsor the podcast.
Yes.
Netflix,
we predict new sponsors for the podcast.
And I'm sure after my conversation about Wilson Phillips, they're going to want to come on.
They are.
All that kind of
stuff. They may be here in Nashville.
Maybe.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Well, that's our predictions for 2026. I think, listen, 2025 was not great for trucking. We all know that.
Hadn't been great for 3 years.
I know. But I do feel like we see a little light at the end of the tunnel.
But what we don't know is that light at the end of the tunnel, daylight, or is it a freaking train?
Another train. Yeah. We'll see.
You know what? We need to remember this, Sydney. We need to remember this. We need to go back next year if we're still lucky enough to be able to begin our pod, and revisit our predictions. Because I don't even remember what I predicted last year.
Totally.
I'm pretty sure it was wrong.
I don't think we did predictions last year.
We did.
No, we talked about it, but we did. This is the first time we've ever done them.
Okay. Well, we need to remember what our predictions were and revisit them next year and see
who was right. Yeah. And then whoever is right has to buy dinner.
Okay. I'm in.
I'm all always for a game.
I'm all in. I'm all in.
So. All right. Well, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Merry Christmas. I think this is probably going to come out after Christmas or maybe before. I don't remember when we're dropping it, but Merry Christmas to everybody. Happy holidays. And thank God 25 is over. And when we get to this time next year, maybe we're going to be happier with how 26 turned out.
Yeah. Thanks for listening. If you had fun, give us a virtual high five by leaving a rating and review on your favorite podcast platform. And be sure to hit that subscribe or follow button so you never miss an episode.
And as always, you can reach out to us on social media or you can drop us an email, and all of those details will be in the show notes below. We will see you next time, which next time will be 2026, and we will have more data, insights, and a little fun to help you ace your recruiting and retention game. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and we will see you next year.